Hey, Icon102GD, welcome to stream. How's it going? Ooh, I like that effect. It's slanted, but you can't tell it's like slanted in the way that you can tell these are slanted. The pixel block nature just makes it fit. That's super cool. There was another addition I wanted to make to this design, and that's some vines growing on it. Is there a good pixel block vine? Are these like... These look like they would be good, but... it seems like it's blending. Ooh, hold on. There may be some merit to that. I just wish it were bigger. It would hang down a bit further. Does scaling it up work? I reckon it does, yeah. Yeah, I really like the effect that has. I might even increase the size of them even more. Yeah. It definitely needs something else inside. Maybe these can have like... Oh, they're locked to one color. If I set this to green, does it look bad? Kinda. May have to... What are these? What are these blocks? there more bricks? If I set these to green. I guess it works. Yeah, I kind of like how that looks. Be a bit too much green. Probably worth adjusting the hue on that one. Maybe towards a more blue. Do we have a blue? No, let's make one. Woogies, welcome in. How's it going? Don't really know about this. Yo, Defender, what's up? I've been good. I've been working on a lot of stuff recently. And I've been enjoying it as well. This one in particular, I'm trying to get done by the end of the month. Yeah, looks like we're on good pace right now. This is what we did so far. And this is what we've got left. So I'd say we're like 30% done. Yeah, blue is not the play here. Yeah, I really like this layout as well. One of my favorites that I've made for sure. So I thought this would be a great one to pick out and decorate. How goes the memory level? Memory level is going really well as well. That seems to be looking good to be done by May. I'm gonna keep it pretty low profile right now though. So I won't give out any progress information just yet. That's gonna be like a sort of surprise. Closer, maybe closer towards the release, I'll put out a preview. Not doing level requests today, sorry. But yeah, both that and this are going really well, and I'm having fun with them. Okay, see you later, bro. Have a good one. Not quite sure what this block design needs yet, but it definitely does need something more. I could probably come back to this later. So I think for now, let's focus on doing block designs for the rest of the parts. So my vision for this is going to be, well, lush cave inspired. So that's what the greenery inside the blocks are. Kind of hoping I can get some sort of background with maybe like hanging pots with plants in them. Probably miniature versions of this kind of design. Obviously, I'll make some changes that isn't exactly the same. Because that exact same block is going to be used for these kind of irregular structures. So we're going to need something different for that background element. Once that's done, it's like just follow the process, do the orb design, the spike design, sword design, maybe work on the ground of sorts. That might ruin the feel, so I'll hold off on that. But those are the plans. So I think I'll do block designs up to the start of this UFO to see how it looks. Definitely gonna have to come up with something for these, because this design is also showed later. This wave part. Gonna need some unique design for these things, because they're all over the part too. We'll get there when we get there though. Also the slopes. Damn. I don't know what we're gonna do with the slopes. Why I hadn't put those on T4. But I'm gonna lock 11. What kind of block can we put here? There isn't exactly a 1x1 design for this pixel type. I'm gonna have to get creative. How does this look? That kind of block works. Perhaps we can have the detail be green. Yeah, that has a nice effect. How does this look in gameplay? I can picture it looking really good with everything else going on. I do have an idea to make this seem a little more full. I'm going to take the outlines, and on the detail color, we're going to do this blending orange. And that should, yeah, that should give it a kind of dirty texture, or an earthy texture rather. And I actually really like the kind of extra dimension this gives for the colors. Obviously, we're going to need to adjust some sliders here to fine tune it. There, I like that. That feels like a worthy upgrade from the simple grey block design from previous parts. And also adds the extra depth of color that I feel like this design has been lacking. Also just meshes nice with the green. Nice. And of course I can mess with the background color later to make that work. And now let's copy and paste this block design to the rest of the part. I might go to the ball just so I get a chance to do these blocks. Stretch so far upwards. Are you actually able to fall that far down? Ah, yeah, I see. Wait, no, it shouldn't be possible. Unless you micro-click the dash rope, hold on. Yeah. Okay, well, we can make the branches that come off of this block solid, so that's not an issue. So I guess for now we can just put a saw, like, here. Cool. I'm going to go back to this block and change its color to the orange. Because that one being green looked a little out of place. But now would be a good time to get some music going. Like design. Let's go. Nice song. As fun as they are, I should have added like one more small detail inside this mod. I don't like how it looks right now, to be honest. You can always add more if it's needed. Hey, Teddy, what's up? My day's been good so far. Pretty much woke up and got straight into the building stream. Absolutely locking in this. How are you doing? That's all good. So planners, we're just going to take these flowers. We'll reuse them and just make them way bigger. the idea that more different coloured flowers are going to start appearing up everywhere in the world. Until eventually it just like has the whole spectrum of colours. Nah, it's been pretty quiet today. Now people must be busy. Which is fair. School would have like just started for some people. Start of the week for some people. How's it going for you though? Getting a bit warm. Apologies if you end up hearing some background noise. I don't like how close that is to the actual. This seems a little better. 2 by 2 blocks back into the pixel level as well. Damn it, can't escape them. What's up, Salva? How you doing? These branches could work well with some spikes on them. Just like more spikes. I'm just going to put these on layer 1. Oh, nice one, yeah. Music a bit loud. Alright, how's that? I'll move the mic a little closer to me as well. That's good. Sweet. Yeah, I've been kind of the same. I have a lot of projects I'm working on too. There's this that kind of I started out of the blue on impulse, because of course I do that to myself. And I've also got Train of Thought that I'm still working on. But that's also more of a long-term project, so that one I can spread out across the days. This one though, this one will be out by the end of the month. One way or another. Which is really exciting. It's been a while since I've like actually uploaded a solo. Is this the Citadel layout? Yes, that's correct. What happened to the level meant to be working on? I finished it? If you're talking about that layout. I made that in like 2024. I wasn't gonna decorate it or anything. Yeah, it's just a layout. Yeah, what's up, Acrylis? Good to see you again. I decided I had thoughts of decorating this like for a while, because it's like one of my favorite layouts I've made, and it would work really well with this kind of style. And I've never really tried pixel block style before, so I thought, oh, you know, neat little challenge. Let's try decorating this in a month. See how I go. And so far it's turning out really nicely. The first few sessions were a bit rough, I won't lie. But it's looking up now. Yeah, I'm learning a lot with pixel style right now. It's quite fun to build with, because focus is put more on like how you use blocks rather than, well, how you use blocks, what you decide to use, and like smaller details, as opposed to like your regular design level, which just kind of goes off of how much decoration you put down. This kind of style forces a more creative approach. Yo, Flame Shooter, what's up? How's it going? Good to see you around. How does this all look? Yeah, I like how the bush blocks are now. This block needs to be like way bigger though, if this is gonna work. Yes, it's the Citadel layout. Maybe a sword design is in would be good to work on next. Probably just going to use the same design I did for the previous parts. These. Probably make a couple small changes. Where's that pixel block? Colors. We'll do the gray and the orange blending. Actually, I really like how that's looking just on its own. Some sort of inner detail though. It'll probably look good. Building while listening to Water Flame is a vibe. I can attest to that. I do that all the time. I did help playtest Zenblast. I also made some gameplay for it. It was quite a fun time. I'll go with a different design. Is there like a circular looking bush block? I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I love Zenblast as well. Maybe we just go with this good old block again. I've been using this everywhere in this level. Looks neat. Might go with it. Makes it look a little too like mechanical for what this style is, or theme rather. There's got to be a better block for this. I will warn you all for who's going for it. It's quite the intense one. The level kind of doesn't give you a break for the entire duration. It's quite the nerve-wracking one. Chat, I don't think there is a good block for this. Oh, hold on, hold on. Idea. What if we just use... like these blocks to create some sort of detail? I have not played Without You, but it's definitely one I want to play at some point. Now, what color should this be? Make it orange? Yep. I have a good mix of like Water Flame, Creo, F777, One Thin Male Friendly, you know, all the Geometry Dash artists all in one playlist, so we could get anything. I also have some other games in there, like Celeste and Hollow Knight. Just some real vibes for building. Yeah, for sure, I'm going to be playing Without You at some point. It's legendary, and I'm going through all the mythics and legendary, so I will get to it. Yo, that looks kind of fire. It's like a subtle detail, but it adds so much. does mean if we're gonna make this rotate, we're gonna have a center for every single soul, which might inflate the groups, but we have them. We have groups to work with. Now, all that's left is some sort of connector that, you know, the classic 1.9 saw chain. You know, experiments, sometimes it just happens, especially with GD. You can just meet people and suddenly you're like besties. You find someone that's going for the same level as you, you start talking, and then that's it. I hate when, like, you love a level, but the experience was just not there. I try and disconnect the two as best as I can. Like, disconnect the experience from the enjoyment. Yeah, that's... You can't really ignore the fact that, yeah, I had a hard time with this, and it kind of soured it. Let's try this block. What was an example? I wanted to enjoy Cataclysm. Really did. But I did not have a great time with it. It's looking a little too, like, straight. What if we, like, rotate it a bit? Yeah, I can see that working. Okay, what? Okay, let's do, like, color 25. And what does the detail look like for this? Ooh. Looks nice. Definitely gonna have to play around with saturation a bit. You hated clarity? No. I'm so looking forward to clarity. Before I add rotations, how does that look? I can see that working really well. I think we just need to get, like, good background colors and then just sorted. Right, once we add effects, it comes together. Really? I can understand why people might not like the gameplay styles. It's, like, very gimmicky. But I love the way, like, that the icon moves in that level. in ways that sometimes you don't expect for like sync purposes and intensity. It seems like the kind of level that once you learn and get down, it becomes like super fun. Alright, well let's assign some groups. Hey, group 200. GG. And then we might just have to like build helper. I see awkward pre-drop. Alright, incoming loads of rotations. How long was the part? 30 seconds probably? Let's do like 15. I forgot this. This is on channel 6 right now. Nice, looks good. Alright, I'm sorry, I have to be right back. Gotta take a bathroom break. I'll leave the music going. Alright, I am back. Now this is going to be a job for a build helper. What layer did I put the circle on? Who? Question. It's alright. I don't even think you can see that sword I'm playing. Barely. Yeah, the camera pans away before you even see it. Oh well. Or why don't you want anyone to sub it? See. Well, if people end up not enjoying like being subbed to you, they'll just unsub, I guess. So I don't think you need to worry about that. Why? What happened to a lot of YouTubers in 2024? Is that when like all of the big YouTubers started leaving? Or like retiring? I am going to just like temporarily pause these pulses or exposings. Oh my god, these grayscale shaders are pretty ass. Don't need them. Oh, come on, I thought I copied the rotate trigger. Bruh. I didn't copy and paste at all, are you kidding me? Right, there we go, fixed. We already had this. Hello, Maverick Clay. Welcome. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna change the background not to a purple to the orange red because the purple is not really working. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little better. Purple shouldn't be the base color for this part, it should be orange, and then there should be like other different colors splashed in there. Alright, so that's the sword design, it's done. What's next? Orb design. I literally might just copy what I had going for the previous parts because I kind of like these these orb designs are clean. And they make the orb nicely visible. Sure, I'll give you a showcase. These can go on layer 2. Alright. Take it from the top. If I get time, I'm probably going to revise that part, because I was kind of rushing. I didn't know how long it would take to finish each part. But now that I've got a better idea of the pace, I'm spending a little more time. That's where we're at for decoration. I'm going to extend this design for pretty much the rest of this part. And then for this part, I'm planning on having like waterfalls in the background. That's going to be the blue aspect. And then for this part, I'm pretty much just going to like be heavily inspired from that castle part in Basilic. So that's the visions I have right now. Okay, so that's all the main designs done. These spikes here were really kind of just filler for the layout. These are a bit better replaced with... Maybe I'll put another bush block up here. Would probably fill the space nicely. What should the shape be? Nothing huge. Maybe like a 2x3. Yeah, see, creating is a very nuanced thing. There's not really any kind of set advice that I can give. Did I just accidentally place that? It's just one of those things that the more you do it, the better you get, the more you learn. It just takes that initial effort to put in. And also just like having faith in what you're building. I know it's very easy to like look at what you built and say this sucks. This is not how I visioned it at all. But trust me, like just keep on going. Keep going until the level is done. You never was someone who wanted to take creating seriously. Well, there's the problem, you see. If you want to like seriously try and get better at creating, you have to take it seriously. Otherwise, you're just kind of building for fun, not really worrying about it, which is also another great way of going about it. If you're that kind of person who just wants to have a good time, mess around in the editor, not worry too much about how the product comes out. But if you're someone like me who like cares about their skill level in creating and improving on the products they've made and learning from the mistakes, it does require you to take the art seriously. Too late for that? I don't think it would be too late. I just think that's what you think it is. I mean, there's still time to just pick it up and start learning again. I reckon there is. Unless you just kind of like are a bit busier IRL and you don't have that time to put in, which I completely understand. Which, yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm a believer of the fact that no one can ever truly quit GD, only take super long breaks. Because as it all happens, eventually a Geometry Dash player will return to the game. Yeah, and I'd say that is a perfectly reasonable time. I'm fully like believing that there will be a time when you're like, you know what? Damn, I'm feeling like playing some Geometry Dash right now. Maybe it be for like old time's sake, or you just want to check out something, and then suddenly you're back into it. Just like that. Okay, I have an idea for this kind of setup. I want to use like an animation object. There's a specific one that looks like Yeah, this one. If I like warp this. Let me turn off animations real quick. So just gotta like warp it. Oh yeah, I added Ocular Nebula as well, because their music is so chill. Well, it's got to be green, doesn't it, to match the green orb. Oh, that's horrible. Why is that a thing? That is so dumb. In fact, you know what? This animation might be even better. I'm just gonna use these buttons. Look at that, it's way better. I think it's the worst Danceman level. I haven't played all of them. But I played like Slap Squad yesterday and I did not enjoy it. Let's drop the speed down a bit. Like that. What if I set both colors to blending? Yeah, because then I can decrease that brightness and then that looks sick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do in... So did I. I beat Slap Squad 2 before Slap Squad because Slap Squad 2 was weekly when it came out, I think. And I played the weekly. I don't know if the original Slap Squad was weekly, but I never played it until yesterday, and I did not enjoy it very much. Alright, we're doing good old anime on trigger. I'm gonna make 210. How's that look? Little delayed. Because yeah, the super old Danceman boss fights, I just don't enjoy anymore. I used to kind of enjoy them, but not really anymore. Because in Slap Squad, there are some of... You can follow that... So they give you an arrow to follow. You can follow that, like, to a T, and you will still die. You have to deviate from that arrow path to actually avoid the attack. Not only that, but they're just so poorly telegraphed. Like, the boss is just, like, flying around the screen with no indication of where it's going and we'll just attack randomly. Which leaves you no other option but to follow the arrows, but even that doesn't work. Yeah, Swan Noob, how's it going? It's not, I don't think it looks powerful enough. I guess we'll go with it. Oh my god. My condolences, Salvo. That is quite possibly the worst level I've ever played in this game. No way it got demoted. That shit is not hard dealing. Did that green orb just not work? No, it did. Somehow I missed it. Also, it seems like you cannot multi-activate the same animation object if it's... Or maybe it's just because I don't have it offset trigger. I've never played Experiment 204, I don't think. Okay, yeah, you can repeat animations. Is that enough, like, telegraph to tell you that you're going to be going in reverse? I guess it's, like, sight readable enough, but if you time what the second green orb plate, kinda makes the third plate. No, it still works. I think I playtested that enough when I actually made the layout. The arrows make it obvious. Yeah, okay, that's good then. Pixel Sky Castle? Dude. What a sort of classic, bro. Making me want to play it again. Where are you? And this music is going to be nostalgic as all hell. Yo. It's like the very first instance of pixel design. That was not how you usually get that coin. that magnet just brought me down. That was sick. Speaking of boss fights. Oh yeah, this would have been during like Jesus' boss fight phase. Oh, you're welcome back, Toby. Hang on a minute. Not sure if I actually have beaten this. Okay, no, I haven't. I'm not gonna do that right now. That's for another time when I get to it. Okay, that's all the block designs pretty much done. Actually, there was a slope here that I didn't decorate. We've got to find a good pixel block to do this with. There aren't many good pixel slope blocks. That's something I hope Rob will add in like 2.21 or 2.3. Let's give the pixel object tab a bit more love. How does this block work? Yeah, the problem is all the slopes are going to have this cutoff point. So I'm gonna have to get creative with this. Block choice is going to matter greatly for this. I have an idea. I just need to find the right block for it. This. $80 a song. Oof. This is probably the best I can do right now. Wait, hold up. That kind of looks fire. I can see that working quite nicely as the go-to slope design for this part. Let's just make it actually match the slope. Well, that's the slope design sorted. I guess the next thing we move on to is background. I have one idea. Oops, sorry. Mid yawn there. I have one idea for the background, but I think that's all I'm gonna need. I think once I've got this section fully decorated, I'm gonna take a little break and do some star grinding, do my quests. And then potentially off stream or something, I'll extend it to the rest of the part. Which there's a lot of the part. That to do with like some of these designs, they're going to be specific and unique, like these things and these blocks here. But with the right effects, with the right like background and particles and pulses, it makes what would usually be an empty part look full. For example, the first part that's here. I wouldn't usually go towards like particle slop, but when I'm on a deadline like this, I don't care. I'd usually come up with something with a little more substance. Anyway, let's work on what ideas I did have for the background. So the idea is hanging pot plants. And I'm just going to use these blocks for the plants. I'm going to shrink them down though to make like little bonsai trees of sort. Maybe alter their design just like slightly so it's not exactly the same as this. And as for the pot itself, I'm just gonna have to find a really good block for it. In fact, I remember seeing one block, this. Although this may look a little too futuristic for this theme. But this would have been like a great block to do like a one object pot. Maybe if I like, nah. But I think it has some merit to it. Actually, yeah, I could see it working. What would it look like if I add some like orange detail? Looks pretty cool. Actually, no, I really like this single object design because it's got little like hook things that I can attach ropes to. This is lining up really nicely. As for the rope itself, I remember seeing this one pixel object. Or should I use chains? Chains could be another option. I'll put it to one side. This object looks cool. That could work. There's also this one. Alright, where is this object I'm looking for? This. Wait, hold up. That is not what the icon looks like. That's too formulaic. This one, though, this one could look good. Chains look good. Chains could work. I could see all of these working. Let me just add them to colors. Probably better to increase the brightness. So these are the options. I do not like how this one doesn't have a detail though. So we'll probably get rid of that one. Copy paste them this. Alright, chat. Out of these, which one do you think would look the best? For a something to hook onto these as like a hanging pot. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking of this one. This middle one here. It's got like that woven aspect to it. Middle. Yeah, I'm thinking middle. I wish I had the ability to input specific degrees. That would be really nice. We're definitely gonna have to play around with the HSV. Actually, before I do any of that, I'm just gonna like super extend this. These need to go behind. All needs to go on layer on B layers. And what we'll do is just darken. Maybe even some opacity would be nice here. I'm actually gonna connect it to there. I think that's cool. I'm suddenly not liking the fact that there's orange in the pot itself, though. I could see this working. Maybe once we get the tree in there, it'll start taking shape. Let's make some shapes. And these can obviously be put on like any of the 4 rotations. So we've got some even more variation to go off of. I would use 1 by 1. Problem is, if I do, it has to be like straight lines. Because there's no object I can put if I turn a corner. And if I use this one, it just looks off. Another annoying thing about these pixel objects. And also if I have a small one connect to a big one, there is no object I can put here that will nicely transition into it. So we gotta stay with like these big ones. How would you make that so quickly? I don't know, man. I honestly couldn't tell you. I guess years of working with the same keybinds helps. Right, we'll come up with one more variation here. This one's got a funky shape. Ooh, I like that. Is that the exact same color? I think it is. Nice, that's what I like to see. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to use the same branches I did for the first part. But I don't think they need to be super visible, because if they are too visible, the plant's gonna be way too big for the pot. So let's just grab like one of each of these. I paused the music. Let's get it back. On the topic of music. Yeah, we really do not need to do much for the branches here. Honestly, 1 block would probably be enough. Although I could probably do that when we actually make them. I'm gonna link these. Link all of these. And can I get away with putting all of these on E5? Obviously. Chains will have to go on the layer above. Nice. Are these in front of the chains? Yes, they are. They are also in front of the pot. That's what I like to see. I'm going to start us off with this design. How many layers of parallax should we do? I don't want to go too over the top. Probably go 2. Damn it, I deleted the vertical one. I need the vertical one. Ooh, have I been forgetting to put these on the layers? I may have. Let's put the chains on layer 2. Bushes on layer 3. Branches on layer 4. These branches are too thick, which is really annoying because they are aligned to the grid. I might have to align them to the half grid then. We'll just do that and link them. It'll be better for the one that has a corner here. Ooh, good song. I might lower this. Not too sure about that. Mizore, what's up? Welcome stream. Hope it's going good. I should probably stop overthinking this. Let's put this into action. Ooh, hold on. Before I do that. Oh, damn it. Alright, sorry. Remove all of this. I need to put these on new layers because otherwise they're going to conflict with the block designs. We'll do 10. 10 Gotta unlock 11 now. And fuck it, we'll chuck it on 50. 50 will be the locked layer. Alright, that should be good now. The other thing I need to do is darken this bush. Mixed? What do you mean mixed? This frickin' centerpiece. Just really make it look like it's in the background. Just using the level Lost Pixel. I've not actually heard of that one, I just think of it from Ritual. Or Babylon. It's an amazing song though, I'd love to use it at some point. But I really want to make sure that if I do use it, that my ideas are like up to the same standard that this song is. Okay, top needs to be darkened like heavily. This may need some like heavy color adjustment. Alright, now we're ready to implement it. So for 30 seconds, we'll do good old mod 1.5. I'm also going to put it on camera like mod 0.25 or something. Alright, let's see how this looks. Ooh, 2 Mega Nico bangers. Nope. Right, I should probably have that linked to camera, not player. Looks goofy. Kinda like it. I do feel like it is a bit too close. Might help if we put it on a further mod. I think it's got potential. I think a different background would probably be needed here. But like, I liked how the background was. Maybe this brick background or something similar. Monolith in this day and age? Hell yeah, man. Oh, I didn't realize just how many like brick backgrounds there are. That one might be like actually goated for this. Let's see. Hold up, we might be cooking here. That fits with the theme so well. I'm gonna change the background speed too. Let's go 0.4. Alright, nope. 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 Not at all. 0.2. It's getting there. So this is apparently the default. Yeah. Honestly, default's already pretty good. I don't think it needs changing, actually. I do wonder, because I want 2 parallax layers, I might further increase the mod of this to like 0.8? 0.85 actually, and then the next one can be like 0.6. We will have to probably shrink this even more. We need an editor layer 2 for this, 14. Warp. Shrink it down. Nice. Yo, another Mega Nico. On a roll. Anybody think of G News? Or is it just me? I'm at the mix, alright. I might play around with adding glow, but not right now. That'll come later. I'm gonna move this bit left. Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna have these like drop in from the top, so you don't see them static like you do here. I'm looking forward to extending that to the rest of the background. I'm loving how this part's coming together. Like, the splashes of green around are just enough that it's not overwhelming, but still makes it feel very lush. And I imagine once we get like more of these pot plants in the background, once we add more pulses, possibly shaders and particles, this part's gonna really feel like the drop of the level. But I think I'm done building today. It was a good run. 2.5 hours of work. But I'm not going to end stream just yet because I want to do some star grinding. I have some quests to knock out. Daily is in. Weekly's really fun. Okay, that's exciting. Level doesn't have coins, that's sad. I can't knock out that quest. What's this? Remix Fist with Love Very Over 31, so you can use the original track. Oh, it's a Nong. Well, I would use the Nong, but I don't have Jukebox right now, and I'm not trying to download one right now. Wait, this is goated? Yo, this is fire. These transitions. Oh, I fell for it. I just realized that super hexagon in the background. This is a remix of a Chipsil song, so that makes sense. That's a ship. Damn it. Hey Red, what's up? How's it going? barely tell what that portal was, but I clicked it. Yeah, this feels very chipsy. That was an awesome level. Man, pretty unknown creator here. Apparently I've played one of their levels. Sick stuff. Alright, let's do the weekly. Oh, spark level? Yeah, that makes sense. Spark levels are always like amazing. Inspired by Shock City and even better. I already love this. I haven't heard this song in years. I want that coin. How does one acquire? Oh, that's a cool way of doing it. Actually, one of the Shock Syrians ever touched the other coin. How do you get that? Oh, I think I see. If so, that's brutal. Alright, it's not too bad. Think of the Junkrat level from this song. Yeah, I always think of some 2.0 levels. Very prominent back then. Oh. Brings some good memories. Tunes. Yeah. You really have to do a leg click on that build. That's not super difficult. Using an Alpha game level? I don't actually remember. It's been a long time since I played the Alpha games. GG. Third coin's easier to blow late, yeah, I figured. I love how, like, one of the formulas for Shock City and style is to take, like, the stereo mountain's default blocks and put some kind of color behind it. You can get reliable Shock City and style from that. Damn it, I knew I was going to do that. GG. Alright, let's repeat that. Oh, 444. Big fan of those little splashes of color on the sides of the block. Very cool. Good job. Spark always has some really high quality coins. Always enjoyed them. Nice, let's clear out our quests. So what I'm working on right now is beating all previous weeklies. So I'm going to continue with that. I think we're at 2020 right now. I think that's 2020. So I'm going to continue with this. God, it's misaligned wave corridor. Look. I hate these. I haven't seen a Kip style level in a while. Yeah. I mean, Kips was like, I think one of the pioneers of the modern style. So I believe that's what it kind of turned into. I didn't see a coin. Unless I'm forgetting already. The original optical monster. Yeah, bro. It was such a simple but effective approach. And the fact that each of Optical's levels had some sort of like main focus. It was like each level was themed around something, whether it be like a gameplay gimmick or a color palette, a specific kind of design style. That's what I always loved about it. No level request, sorry. Okay, where's this coin? It's there. It's just up there. Alright, that makes my job easier. Yeah, the effect aspects, Optical is really good at that as well. And also, like, for a more contemporary modern creator, RNBW, they had super clean levels that combined effect with modern with design. I feel like it was kind of like the continuation of Optical's legacy. But it's just too bad that RNBW doesn't really build anymore. I honestly don't know where like the modern style is today. Oh, that was a mini coin. Alright. Ah, there it is. I see it. show you one of the levels afterwards. Game mode is tad loud. Okay. Still getting used to audio levels. Click immediately there. Damn, I thought it was another platform. Damn it. I bonked the UFO and then it threw me off. Alright, so I'll show you this creator. And they haven't opened 2.2. Now they might be gone. I remember Hall of Mirrors being pretty cool. Yeah, I feel like this is like optical reimagined. Alright, wow, I'm dropping frames here. Yeah, most of the levels have this kind of vibe. Very clean designs and effects. Like, look at this. This effect is sick. So there's a little sampler of their kind of style. When did I beat this? A year ago. Another mega collab. Oh, this definitely feels like 2020. These are clean designs. Stabs? No, I haven't seen that name in ages. Whoops. This part reminds me a lot of Desumari. Just the kind of way the designs are and colors. There was a gravity portal in there. I saw that at the last second. I also haven't seen a coin yet. I'm kind of hoping that it's a free coin. What did I bonk on? Oh well. Wasn't paying attention. Should probably try and find where this point is before I beat this. Would probably be smart. Oh, I saw a key. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to go back. And there's the coin, alright. That was a fun level though, I don't mind going back. Dude, 2019 and 2020 was the peak of design levels, I reckon. Like, you were seeing them left and right. And people had just gotten so good at the style over the years. It was the meta. Until, like, White Space was released, and then suddenly all levels pivoted to be more, like, realistic art style focused. What is the worst style you've seen? Alright, firstly, I'll define what a style is, and I'll say it's, like, something that was widely used to decorate levels with. So, obviously you've got design, effects, core, modern, arts, realistic, pixel now with 2.2. So I won't include styles like Woody or Black, you know? Because they're like sub-styles. But if I was to pick, I'll probably say core. I don't know, I just find it the hardest to immerse myself in. Or maybe it's the stigma that core usually had pretty annoying gameplay compared with it. Yeah, Majaka, like, invented core, bro. He was the very first to do it. That's my opinion. I'm just not a big fan of core when compared to other styles. Nicely done. We're getting through these. Oh, is the song? I don't think I've ever seen this song used in an actual level. I've only ever seen it used in Apple Pro Max, and I can't imagine it with anything else. This is going to be weird. I was right, this is weird. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna go practice, see what this point will be. It was quite tired. I don't know where the coin is. Oh, it's a break copy, thank you. Where are you? Oh. That looks pretty tough. And it's only for a skull. There's a key in there. I didn't see the coin. Reveal yourself. There. Okay, so you skip the blue orb. After collecting that skull and the key, I gotcha. Oh, you're mini. I thought you'd be a regular size for that. That's way more manageable. That exit though is pretty tough. And then straight into a blind transition. Gotta remember that. That's a good coin. I can get behind that. Oh, there's no S block there. I always love when I die like that. It's always so funny. Like I'm not even mad when I die from there being no S block. Because you just see like your icon just dash straight into a wall or a spike. Ooh, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the topic of like the modern style. I forgot to mention knots. Knots like carried the modern style into like late 2.1 and 2.2. And was like one of the I missed the coin, good job. Like one of the few creators that could really combine modern and glow. You know, combine modern and glow and make it fit together. I feel like knots kind of build what modern and maybe even like art style is today. And Unsaw. Yeah, we can't forget Unsaw. Nicely done, that was fun. That was a neat level. I think I'm gonna finish up for today. Oh, today was fun. Let's play through Subterra one more time just to review what we've done. I feel like we've made a lot of good progress today. We might not have done like a whole lot material wise, but in terms of getting down some ideas, a lot was definitely done. And it's laid some good groundwork for me to continue that design throughout the rest of the part. It's cool. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Got quite a lot of people joined today, quite a lot of old faces. It was nice to see everyone again. Cheers everyone for joining. I'll catch you all in the next one.